I'm Jackie,
I'm Candace.
and this is WTF.
Grab your coffee, wine, water bottle, emotional support snack, no judgment.
And let's get into it. Hi, welcome back to WTF. We're here again with Tori Burton. On Instagram, she is Tori Burton Home. It's Tori, as in ice cream, Burton, Burton, Home. And we're going to talk all the things Tori Burton Home. If you didn't catch our last episode, please go back, listen. It sets the stage for just how remarkable Tori is. She's a young entrepreneur. She has spent the last almost decade battling some pretty crazy health challenges, and she's here now. She is an interior designer. She is a furniture maker, a furniture customizer. She is like the style queen. If you follow her on Instagram, you'll see this woman's got the eye. And we're going to hear about her journey now into entrepreneurship. Like, Tori, tell us all the things. How, when, why, what, where?
Okay. Excuse me. So this is definitely more fun than the last episode. So I went to school for interior design. And when I moved to New York, I was like, designers are crazy. I'll just say that. Like, some of my favorite designers, I had found them, called them and been like, do you need anybody? I'm graduating. And they're like, oh, we'd love to meet. And I went out and I met them and they're like, we'd love to hire you. Can you start this day? And no one would give me like a salary or anything. Like, no one gave me real
You're
things.
working for the honors.
So I, college grad, my dad's like, that's not a job offer. I'm like, yes, it is. He's like, no, it's not. So then I had interviewed at a place I interned at once in college called Holly Hunt, and it is a really prestigious interior design showroom, and everything is made to order and really special and like hand forged and hand tied. It's just like very into the craft and the vision. And Holly Hunt is founded by Holly Hunt, who is like an incredible, she just has like an incredible eye. Like, she is so cool. And so they offered me a real job in New York with like a salary and benefits and things like that. And I thought at first that I was going to use that job to like meet and network with designers in New York and be like, that's who I really should work for, and then jump ship and go there. But the product was so incredible. And Holly is just so like, she would come into the showroom, and she's Chicago based, but she would come out and she would sit in a chair and be like, it really should be half an inch lower. Like, why? It really should be. Oh. And then the next day you'd get an email and it's like, starting now, the Mesa chair height is this. New spec sheets coming. Sell the one off the floor. Like, because she knew it could be better. And her motto is like, don't let being the best stop you from being better. Yeah. And they also are a rep vendor showroom. They have a line that's Holly Hunt, but they carry other designers like Rose Tarlo and Gregorius Pineo and Cass and all these like beautiful makers and things like that. And I think our culture is very into like Amazon, and like, yeah.
Yes.
Money is also real.
Yep.
Yeah. So people are like, why would we get a silk rug when we could get this one from Ruggable that goes in the so it is whatever. So I just like fell in love with product. And then when I did leave, I went to go to a designer who was working on starting his own line. And so that was like, I was half junior interior designer, half in charge of like his first dibs shop and also his product development because of what I learned at Holly Hunt. And like I said earlier, I do love being an interior designer because I really love people and like learning how they live and I want everyone to like love their home. Like, I want you to love everything in your home and make it feel like you. But people are different. And so, like I said, it's just hard to work with people sometimes. Or I have a vision and they will say no to 2 of the 10 things, and then I'm like, well, that's not my vision anymore, even though so I kind of liked that if you are the maker, you are putting out your design and people are buying it versus, I guess, collaborating to come up with something that fits the person. And I just love product. And also I do think as an interior designer too, there's not enough there. Like there is so much product, but I can never find what I want, and I know I can make it. So so yeah, so I launched with I first I had sorry. I reached designs are the easy part in my opinion, but then it's like, how do I create this? And then so my first task was then working with finding an upholstery workroom, finding a hard goods, case goods maker, and then finding a metal person as well, because I wanted everything to be my vision. Like,
how do you even find these people? Did you just I mean, I'm blown away that you were able to collect these.
the case goods and the upholstery were from relationships at Holly Hunt, and they might make they'll do private label, but I just went to who I thought made the best stuff. And like the collection is not cheap, but like if you look at it as a business person, I know my margins are like terrible, but it's still so expensive that it's just like, we can't, some people can, but I'm like, I can't have $100,000 sofa,
How did what has surprised you the most? Like, do you consider yourself an entrepreneur, or are you more in the lens of like, I'm just an interior designer and this is what you do? You collect pieces and there's a vision and you pull it together. Have you had a moment where you're like,
Yeah,
I'm actually an entrepreneur. I'm founding something. I'm a business person. Like, how do you frame it for
here
yourself?
and there, I will have like emails or tough conversations maybe, and I'm like, oh, I did that, like I negotiated or something. But I don't know, it's also kind of cool, and I'm probably lucky in interior design. It's such a heavily there's so many women in it, like the workrooms and stuff that are run by men are so like respectful and honor your work, or like
Love that.
they partner with you so hard. There's like, it feels different,
Love
like
that.
they will be like, that's incredible, I really like this, da da da. One guy told me I couldn't do something because of a wood grain, and he was right, because he couldn't get pieces of wood big enough, in the species I wanted. And he's just like, I love that, but it's not really it's not possible how you want it. And it's just nice, like they're so they're excited. I have a new design work out there, and I can tell the guy is excited to make it. And that's kind of the knobs on Jackie's console we made. The guy kept them for a couple weeks. He's like, if you're sure you're not in a rush, he's like, I just love looking at them and things like that. Just like,
my God.
it feels like the best validation, because I'm like, I think for the metal guy I found on Facebook, or not Facebook, how old am I? Instagram. And just shot my shot in the DMs and was like, would you be interested? Like, sent pictures of like what I was thinking. Like, I want oversized. I want this. I want imperfections. Like, would that interest you? Like, because he can make like showers and shelves, like big pieces of metal. He's like, yeah. So
Spoiler
feels
alert,
like,
I'm gonna
yeah.
interrupt you. I did not know that the guy. So yeah, spoiler alert. I have a piece from Tori Burton Home. It's custom made by Tori. She designed it. She had it made. It is a piece of. It's like a prized piece of furniture. It is so special, and it does. It has these hand forged. Are they brass?
They're brass, but they're patinaed, like in a bronze finish.
They're these just gorgeous
Like a
knobs.
smoky
I did
bronze.
not
Yeah.
know that the person that hand forged them was like, "Can I keep them for a couple weeks and look at them?"
We need to put a picture up of
Okay.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
put a picture up of your piece.
Yeah. Oh, we should do that. And then I think I did at the time, like, tease a picture of it. And, like, another lesson I learned, but I did it, was, like, a designer was like, "Can I buy them?" Like, she just wanted the knobs from me. And I paused because, sales are cool. But I was just like, no, that's a component. It's not for sale. I'm not a hardware store.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just going to put them on something of her own,
Mm-hmm.
So
So protecting your brand, protecting what you're creating, and not having your creation be the focal point of somebody else's creation.
And that, maybe it wasn't yours, Jackie, because at the point when she asked, I had 0 sales. And I was like, this could be your first sale, but absolutely not. Like, we're not that desperate yet. So
How do you, so because you're doing design work, which is what you went to school for, and then you have your brand, which the design work is part of your brand, but you really are passionate about this creation from scratch, the building of custom pieces that you are dreaming up. How are you balancing kind of these two worlds?
I'm probably not, but I look at that a lot, and I think if I didn't have that, like, in theory, it sounds nice to be balanced, or, like, to have nights where you go home from work and you don't do more work.
Mm-hmm.
But I am sick and I do love it. And, like, my sister just moved, and I'm like, she'll send me a sofa, and I'm like, I don't want to look at any more furniture today. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like sending her links,
So yes,
ordering her swatches, and I'm like, okay, I do want to look at more. I guess I really do love it. So
how do you balance
I don't
being a
balance,
creative? But I mean, I guess that's a good point. No,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really balances, right? Does being the creative though, I am a creative in my soul, but I
And
don't,
in your life.
and in my life, I don't get to do it as much as I'd like. And a few people have said, "Oh, you should monetize this," and I'm like, does that? I don't know if I would find as much joy in some of my creative work if I were monetizing it. And so is that how you kind of balance? Because creating your furniture is like the you. That's bringing your vision forward and building, versus the design work, which is bringing somebody else's vision forward. Is that how you kind of approach it and give yourself your little, like, not a little, you've got a great, awesome, beautiful, high quality outlet?
You can have a board, investors, advisors, and still have nobody you can actually talk to about what is really going on. That is not unusual. That is the founder reality. And we step in right there. I'm Tom Powell, and at the Founders Office, we're proud to sponsor Women Talk Finance.
I think it's something, yes, but also I'm still trying to figure out, because it is also like, it is a professional thing, but it's also so personal. And, like, an example, I guess, is I have a client who, like, fell in love with a sofa and a rug and bought them, and we put them in the house, and it looked good, and loves the rug so much they decided to put it in a different room, and then, which I'm whatever, but then now they're like, it should be blue, and it should be and I'm just like, wait, what? And then they're texting me, they love to shop, so they're like, what about this one? What about this? What if we did this? And I'm like, I need, you know, like, I just want to be like, leave me alone.
That's
And
where
I think
I
a lot
can
of
be quick,
entrepreneurs
but it's
feel that
like,
way at some point.
sometimes I have to be like, it's not a yes or no. Like I can't just say yes. I have to like think and like feel. And I would, like, what is this new room? I've known this room this way for a year and now it's going to be blue. Like, but you can see it from that room. So like, what blues work with that? Like, or do I tell you we actually can't do blue? You know what I mean? It's just, and then I kind of did shut down last night. And then I was like, I think I've got it. And I sent it today and they said that's like the vibe and the palette. So I feel like, okay, now we have like a vision again. But, you can't just be like, can you please leave me alone? Or I have to take call. Like,
my brain
I
has to process.
I can't always just be, sometimes if I have to hem and haw over it, I'm like, then you probably just don't like, then it's not right if you're like, well, but also clients love to buy things without telling you. And then it's a truth that you have to work around.
Truth, because they bought it. What would you
Yeah.
say to other people who are like, I've got this talent and this passion and I kind of want to turn it into a business. I would love to be an entrepreneur, but insert excuse or doubt or reason or lack of confidence or whatever it is, fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to encourage people to like push past that?
I just think it's like, you make plans, God laughs. Like, I really don't think you're going to wake up one day and be like, today is the day, like, all my ducks are in a row. I now have all this money, I should
Everything's
invest it in
Do you
this.
know where all your ducks are? I'm missing so many.
Yeah, like, and just baby steps. Like, one of the cool thing, I had headshots done by this photographer, and then she ended up she shot my furniture pieces. Oh, she did some like decorative things, like some smaller things too. So I've had like 3 shoots with her. And the second and third shoot, she's like, wow, you've grown so much. And I'm like, have I done anything? But it's cool to have her see that and like tell me. And then I've kind of like reflected and I do journal and I'm like, whoa, yeah, like I didn't even have a Tori Burton Home email address then. And like I didn't even have, these things. And when you
such a
just
healthy.
constantly do little things, I also
Yeah.
like quarterly goals, things like that. Like, I just heard recently, like a lot of people think they can accomplish, what is it? They think they can accomplish more in 5 years than they can. What is it?
They overestimate what they can do in 5 years, but underestimate
Like what they can do in like a year. And it's like, if you just keep doing little habits or like start a Pinterest board to like collect, like I literally had just like a Pinterest board that I loved. And I was like, I so didn't even, I don't know. I'm so dumb. Like someone's like, oh, you have such a style. I'm like, I do? Like,
Yes. I said that. I was like, your Instagram is like a Pinterest board to me. I love it. And
then I started just like a Google Slides document of like a screenshot of my Pinterest page that it made me so happy, and then like wrote some things that spoke to me, and then I had I had like built out kind of just like a little slide deck that felt like, oh, that is a brand, and that took a while, but it was just like fun and exciting because you would be like, oh, that does look good together, like that does speak to me and that could be something. It's been a very long time since I started this too, so
or it's been a very short time. Depends on how you want to frame it. I love the idea of looking back and being like, what have I accomplished? Like, what has changed? How have I grown? What have I done in the last 90 days, in the last 6 months? Because I think we are so forward looking that we don't ever stop and pause and celebrate what we've done.
Yeah.
And it's so worthy of taking a minute to look at what we've done, where we've been, celebrate it, and then keep moving forward.
And if I made a list of all the things I've done, probably even just this year already, I'd be like, well, that's more than I thought.
Yep.
You know, like
My friend
It-
Kristen got
yeah.
a jar last year around New Year's, like a pottery jar. And she committed to like every day writing like the good thing from that day. Like I went to yoga, or like I ate so healthy today, or like I'm proud of me because, or I connected with this friend, right, that I haven't talked to in a long time. And she'd pop it in that jar every day. And then at New Year's the next year, she would spend like an hour at New Year's, like looking through these little slips of paper, like, look at my year. My life is so full. My life is so good. Yeah. So I started doing that, and then I forgot. I've got a little pot now, and I did like half a year. So I need to go back and pop back into that.
Well, I finally also got into journaling because people had told me that. I'm like, that's just a dark idea, you know? But I kind of framed it as like time capsule / gratitude. So like fun things like, you know, I ordered these shoes from Shop Bop and they're fantastic. Like I'm obsessed with them. Like
Need a picture.
that would be my journal entry, because I'm always like, if I have like, you know, children someday who look through my diary, it's like they're gonna be like, what is she talking about? Like she was on way too much happy pills, because it's all like the good, you know, like it's kind of a gratitude lens. I feel like, what are you dealing with?
So
But-
good. It's so
There's
good.
like the 1 line a day book, and I have those.
Yeah.
And they're fun. And then you can look back a few years and you're like, oh my, and especially like when you get to a part that was like not a great day,
Yeah.
and you're like, whoa, I
Yeah.
couldn't see where I could be today, which I think is really a neat experience to kind of, I call it time traveling. I'm like, I time traveled. I went back and gave my old self a little squeeze and was like, you're going to make it through. It's going to be here.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tori.
Oh my
again,
gosh.
if you would love
You
to
guys are so
style, see her
fun.
picture, see what she's making, it's Tori Burton Home. She's ToriBurton Home on Instagram. Tori, you're such a little special firefly, and have loved this conversation with you.
I am so grateful for you both. So thank you.
Just was so good. Follow her. It's amazing. It's a treat for the eyes. Check her out.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, that was today's episode of WTF.
If you laughed, learned something, or felt a little less alone, make sure you hit follow.
And send this episode to a friend who might need it. Women don't gatekeep, especially not the good stuff.
We'll be back next week with more real talk, more stories, and probably more oversharing.
See you next time on WTF.